What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. Today I'm going to share with you 3 returns I recently gotten back in the mail. And it's been a little while since I've done these, but since everybody enjoyed those videos, I'm going to do another one, and that is a American Bandstand themed episode. So the first person I got a return from today is postmarked from California, and it is from former rock and roll singer, I guess you would say current too, because he still performs, Freddy Cannon on one. And I actually sent a second one, and he did not sign it, which is fine. He must only sign 1 per request, which is cool. But I did include 2. And let me tell you a little bit about Freddy Cannon and his rock and roll career. Shortly after graduating high school in Massachusetts, he made his debut as a singer in 1958, singing and playing rhythm guitar on a single Cha-Cha-Two by the Spindrifts, which became a local hit. He also was a member of the National Guard. He took a job driving a truck and married all during this time period before he had his big hit. He was inspired by rock and roll musicians and artists Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and Bo Diddley. In late 1958, he started developing a song which is now known as one of his bigger hits, Tallahassee Lassie. And it was under Dick Clark of American Bandstand fame that suggested he added his trademark woo to the song, which he's been known for ever since, adding that to his music performances. Tallahassee Lassie sold over 1 million records and was awarded a gold disc after its release. He added the nickname Boom Boom, and he went by Freddy Boom Boom Cannon for the next few years. And he actually appeared on American Bandstand many times, appearing in over 100 episodes on the show throughout his career. He had a second single, Okie Finokie, which it made number 43 on the charts, but was not as big as his next release, Way Down Yonder in New Orleans, which was a rocked up version of a 1922 song, and became another gold record and reached number 3 on the pop charts in both the US and UK. Cannon toured in March of 1960 and much of 1960 throughout the UK and the United States. For the next 2 years until 62, he had a few lesser hits called Chattanooga Shoe Shine Boy and Muskrat Ramble. However, in May of 1962, Palisades Park was released by Freddy Cannon, and this is probably the most popular song you might know him from. This is, it sold over 1 million records, again, gaining gold status. In addition to his record recordings in the early 60s, he continued to record throughout the decade. He lined himself up with Dick Clark pretty well and actually appeared in some movies, a few acting gigs he had here and there throughout his career. He relocated to California, and that is where he still continues to this day. Again, with the virus stuff going on, I don't know how much he performs as much as he did pre-2020, as much as he did prior to 2020, but I know that he was performing, and he is currently at 80 years old as of me shooting this video. So I don't know if he's getting out there as much as he used to prior to the virus, COVID stuff, but he definitely was out there up until 2019. So thank you very much, Mr. Cannon, and we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so this next one is postmarked from Florida. And this is former pop icon Bobby Goldsboro on 2 of 2. As you can see, he signed both of them, and looks like pen possibly, but it shows up really nice on that black and white photo. So we're changing gears a little bit here from rock and roll to American pop and country, I guess you would call it, with Bobby Goldsboro. Goldsboro was born in Florida, however he moved to Alabama, where he graduated from high school in Alabama and later enrolled at Auburn University. In the 1960s, he left college to pursue his musical career, and he played guitar for Roy Orbison from 1962 to 64. Goldsboro started his solo career with a top 10 hit, See the Funny Little Clown. The single, written by Goldsboro, reached number 9 on the U.S. national charts in early 1964. It also sold over 1 million copies and was awarded a gold disc. It would be the first of many top 40 hits that would land on the Billboard Hot 100 or on the country chart. He had 11 on the top 40 Billboard, and he had 12 songs on the country music charts during that same time period. In 1966, he recorded Too Many People. However, in 1968, his biggest record that he would be known for, he would record, and it would feature Honey, which would go on to be the largest selling song of his career. Another thing to note is one of Goldsboro's compositions with pen in hand was recorded by several artists, including Grammy-nominated pop version by Vicky Carr. Johnny Darrell also released a cover of it. Della Reese included a cover on her album. Another song by Goldsboro, The Cowboy and the Lady, would become a hit for Brenda Lee, and Dolly Parton would also cover it along with John Denver. From 1973 to 75, Goldsboro would host a television series called The Bobby Goldsboro Show. Another neat piece of trivia is in the 1990s, he composed the music for the sitcom Evening Shade, if you remember that TV show. It also says on his page that he is an accomplished oil painter as well. So thank you very much, Mr. Goldsboro. The song Honey is very popular with the 1960s music crowd. Not really my cup of tea, to be honest with you. I'm more of a rock and roll type of person like Freddy Cannon. But everybody enjoys their music a little differently. So I'm going to lead into this next individual, which I'm very excited to share. We're changing genres one more time, and we are going to talk about one of the biggest names in the disco era in the history of music, and that is Gloria Gaynor on 1 and 2. And Gloria Gaynor, most notably known for the hit song I Will Survive, and I almost guarantee anybody watching this video at one time or another has heard the song I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. So let me tell you a little bit about Gloria Gaynor. Gaynor grew up in New Jersey. She credits her influences to Nat King Cole and Sarah Vaughan, listening to their music growing up. Early in her life, she sang gospel music with her siblings and friends. After graduating high school in 1961, Gaynor would sing for the next decade until 1971 in local clubs in New Jersey. Gaynor would sing with a group called the Soul Satisfiers, a jazz and R&B band, and would perform throughout New Jersey at local clubs and such, until finally she signed in 1971 to a solo career with Columbia Records. After signing with Columbia, Gaynor would release a couple albums, and they would feature songs such as Honeybee, Never Can Say Goodbye, Reach Out, I'll Be There, along with some other minor hits. And she never really had that big, huge hit until 1978, when the album she released featured the song I Will Survive. And originally, I Will Survive was a B-side song, and it was not the main song that her record label was pushing. So after I Will Survive came out, obviously her career exploded during the disco era. I Will Survive would become one of the most iconic songs of the disco era of music, and still to this day you will occasionally hear it on the radio or some of the playlists from the 1970s, whenever you're listening to the disco soul R&B type of record. So I want to thank Miss Gaynor for signing for me. I also want to thank Mr. Goldsboro for signing his 2 cards, and I of course want to thank Mr. Cannon as well for signing the 1 card. I'm very happy to add all three of these individuals to my collection. I really hope you enjoyed another episode of the American Bandstand cards. I've got a few more requests still out there, so definitely let me know down in the comments below if you enjoy the American Bandstand autographs. I'll be more than happy to share those in future episodes. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.